The day began like any other in the Ripa Consuelo's household. Morning light streamed across the marble countertops, the scent of coffee filled the air, and the familiar hum of city life whispered through the windows. But behind Kelly Ripa's practiced smile, something felt different, an invisible storm gathering in her chest. She had been waiting all week for a call from the doctor. Mark had gone through what they both believed were routine checkups. Nothing serious, nothing alarming. Yet there was a strange pause in the doctor's voice when he said, "We'll call you soon." Now the call came. Kelly's hand trembled as she pressed the phone to her ear. Mark watched her from across the table, trying to read her expression. His playful morning grin slowly faded when her eyes filled with tears. She hung up quietly, as if afraid that sound itself might break the fragile calm between them. "What did they say, Mark?" he asked softly. Her voice cracked. "They found something, Mark. They don't know what it is yet, but they said it looks serious." The words hung in the air like smoke, unseen but impossible to escape. Mark took her hands in his. "Hey, it's okay," he whispered. "We'll face it like we always do, together." But Kelly couldn't hold back anymore. Years of strength, built from early mornings on live TV and the pressure of public life, suddenly melted away. She buried her face in his chest and cried. For once, she wasn't America's morning sunshine. She was just a woman terrified of losing the person who made her world whole. In the days that followed, the couple's world changed. The laughter in their home quieted, replaced by hushed phone calls and late-night whispers. Kelly tried to stay positive, but the fear of the unknown gnawed at her heart. Every time she looked at Mark, she saw both the man she loved and the question that haunted her. How much time do we have? Mark, on the other hand, became her rock. Even as he faced his own fears, he focused on her, making her laugh, reminding her to eat, holding her close during sleepless nights. "You know," he said one night with a faint smile, "if I ever get sick, I'll be the healthiest patient they ever seen because I've got you." Kelly managed to laugh through her tears. "You're impossible." "That's why you married me," he said. Weeks passed before the official diagnosis arrived. They sat together in the doctor's office, hands intertwined, hearts racing. When the doctor began to explain, Kelly's mind went blank. Words like treatment, monitoring, and recovery floated past her ears like static. It wasn't the worst news, but it wasn't good either. Mark would need care, patience, and time. The road ahead wouldn't be easy. That night, after the kids went to bed, Kelly sat alone on their balcony, looking out at the glittering New York skyline. Tears slid down her face silently. She thought of every red carpet event, every laughter-filled holiday, every ordinary morning they had shared, and how precious those moments suddenly felt. Mark came outside, wrapping a blanket around her shoulders. "Hey," he said softly, "you don't have to be strong all the time." She turned to him, eyes swollen but full of love. "I'm just scared, Mark. I can't imagine a world without you." He smiled, brushing away her tears. "Then don't imagine it. Imagine us living, laughing, healing. We've still got a lot of chapters left." Kelly nodded, her heart finally easing. In that quiet moment, surrounded by the pulse of the city they'd built their lives in, she realized something profound. Love doesn't erase fear, it stands beside it. In the weeks that followed, Kelly returned to her show, her trademark energy tempered by a new depth. She spoke gently about gratitude, about holding on to joy even when life feels uncertain. Viewers noticed the change. They saw a woman not just smiling for the camera, but fighting for every precious second of the life she loved. Off-screen, Mark continued to recover, and Kelly stood by his side every step of the way. Their love, tested by fear, had transformed into something unbreakable. And though tears still came, Sometimes late at night, sometimes in quiet reflection, they were no longer tears of devastation, but of gratitude for time, for love, and for the chance to keep writing their story together. Because sometimes the saddest chapters don't end in loss, they end in strength. Heart broken.